Welcome to Stuff Lab. I'm Gwen.
And I'm Marty.
And Marty, do you want to guess what we're doing today?
Animal facts?
Animal facts.
Okay.
For anyone who hasn't done animal facts videos with us before, I find an animal, get some cool pictures, and
Make me look like a fool.
teach Marty about animals. All right.
And that.
What animal do you think we are doing today?
Alright, we don't have anything normal. Like a normal animal. Like one like we might know about. Are we going to have an animal that I might know about?
Yes.
Dog.
It could be this one.
Doing a dog. Cat. Polar bear.
Polar bear. I happen to love polar bears.
Love polar bears. I learned a fun fact, just real quick.
Yes.
That a polar bear liver, if you eat the whole thing in a sitting, will kill a human male.
It will kill just about anything because the amount of vitamin A that they consume, it stores it in its liver. So if you
Crazy.
consume it, it is the only part of the polar bear that is not used.
They should make vitamin A vitamins out of them then.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Anyways, we're doing the polar bear today. So their native range lies largely in the Arctic Circle, the Arctic Ocean, surrounding land and sea masses, Greenland, Norway, Russia, United States, and Canada. Because of their dependency on sea ice and how often they just live on sea ice, they are classified as a marine mammal.
Okay.
Pretty nifty.
Didn't know that.
Males and females are different sizes. Females are about half the size of males.
Okay.
We're gonna go on male height and weight, or I guess length and weight.
Okay.
Would you like to guess?
I know polar bears are giant compared to
Yes.
like our regular, like they're bigger than grizzly bears, and grizzly bears to us are massive.
So,
I'm gonna say
to be
12
clear,
feet.
grizzly bear is a local term. Brown bear is the
Oh,
world
okay.
term.
Oh.
So, when we say brown bear, locally, it is the grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear. I'm gonna say 12 feet, and it's 600 to 750 pounds.
Males, 7 feet 10 inches to 9 feet 10 inches long.
Still big.
772 pounds to 1,543 pounds. Now the female, the female's weight is 331 pounds to 551, but when they're pregnant, they can weigh as much as 1,102 pounds because they just spend months just eating as much as they can.
God.
Because they go into it's not technically hibernation, but they go into a dormant state and live off of their fat reserve.
Okay.
And then they stay in that state up to 8 months.
Oh, geez. Okay.
And she produces milk from her fat as well to feed her cubs.
Okay.
So, like, they just
They're
pack
big.
it
They're
on.
big.
They have little ears and little tails.
I saw that.
They got big old stocky legs.
Yes, they do.
They're large feet, which can measure up to 12 inches across.
But that's for walking on ice, though. Like that's.
Yes, it is
Yep.
to help distribute their weight so they don't just plunge through the ice.
Just big old paws.
Their claws
Oh,
are
yep.
also shorter and stockier to help grip the ice rather than slashing.
Okay. Huh. That makes sense, though.
They have 42 teeth that are more jagged than a brown bear's by comparison, with larger and sharper canines, because the animals that they
Have
hunt
really thick skin.
have very thick
Yep,
skin
okay.
and blubber. Their hairs are transparent, not white, but with age will become a more yellow-looking color.
Okay.
You are going to love this.
Okay.
What classification do you think they fall into on like the herbivore scale
I mean,
of what they eat?
all I've ever seen them do is like munch on snow and whales.
They're considered hypercarnivorous because more than 70% of their diet comes from animal tissue.
Does that mean I'm hypercarnivorous?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sweet.
Seals make up most of its diet, sometimes birds or bird eggs, fish. Less common is muskox, reindeer, berries, roots, and kelp. They can hunt walrus, though it is very, very rare,
Walrus are mean.
and massive.
Yeah.
Beluga whales and narwhals are sometimes on the menu again, very rare because of their size.
That's only when like they're stuck. Because I remember watching Life or Planet Earth with you, and like they wait for the beluga whales to come up for air, and then they grab them when they're tired.
They do their best to grab them, yes.
Okay.
It's not unheard of, it's just very uncommon.
Okay.
Because a small beluga whale or narwhal
Well,
matches the weight of a female at its largest.
Yeah.
So if they are hunted, it's out of desperation
Yeah.
or necessity. Polar bears can create water through their metabolism of fats found in seal blubber, which is really nice for them because fresh water is limited to the snow or it's got salt in it.
Crazy.
After feeding, they wash themselves with water or snow. See, there's some walruses right there.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, they're big.
boys. Threats to them. Climate changing, causing ice to melt sooner before they've had sufficient hunting time to store on fat for when the sea ice usually dissipates.
Seals.
Seals are not a threat to them. Well, there's one seal that is hard for them to hunt.
Is that the tiger seal? What's the really meat? Leopard seal?
Leopard seal are very mean.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yes, but these are north, they live south. They go for the penguins.
Oh, okay.
Pollution and oil spills are also very dangerous to them.
I get that, yeah.
Are you ready for breeding?
Can we just admire how just handsome this polar bear is?
He's very handsome.
Okay, breeding.
Most are born on land, that's where they dig the dens, but they spend a majority of their lives on sea ice. Brown bears, also known as grizzly bears, and polar bears can breed together, and some brown bears have upwards of 10% genetic matches with polar bears. The breeding creates fertile grizzly polar bear hybrids, and all wild cases that have been confirmed, there have been 8 confirmed cases.
How terrifying is that?
The hybrids are all descended from one female polar bear.
That's wild. And also, how big would that be?
There was no size. I could not find a confirmed size.
Because I want to know if it got, like, the grizzly, like the grizzly claws, and did you get a picture of one?
There is one picture of one, but it just looks like a dirty polar bear.
Dirty polar bear, okay.
Male polar bears grow long foreleg hair, thought to be ornamental and helpful when finding a mate, much like a lion's mane.
I don't was thinking more for, like, grabbing in the water, keep them warmer.
Usually 2 cubs are born, weighing around 2 pounds each. They stay in the den for many months, feeding on the fat-rich milk from mom until they're 22 to 33 pounds when they come out of the den. Depending on the ice floe breakups, again, she may have to be fasting for up to 8 months.
Oh, God. I couldn't do that.
They stay with mom for about 2 years until she chases them away or abandons them. And then they're just on their own.
Man, animal moms are mean.
Age. What do you think?
30 to 40.
They rarely live beyond 25 years.
Oh.
The oldest wild bear recorded was 32 years. Oldest in captivity was 43 years. Their scientific name means maritime bear.
Okay. I'm just... Captain Barkles.
Yes, he's a maritime bear.
Okay, I get
100%.
it. I get it now. Yep. All right.
They play a key figure in cultural, spiritual, and material life for circumpolar people. That's an umbrella term for various indigenous peoples of the Arctic.
Okay.
Other names given to the polar bear are Nanook, also Nanook, but from Siberia. So the first one is the Inupiat language, Nanook.
Okay.
Siberian Yupik, Nanook. Umka, which is Chukchi. I'm not exactly certain which area they reside. They're nearly invisible under infrared photography because their fur insulates them so well.
That's wild.
It keeps all their heat in, so they hardly have any heat escaping.
Okay. Yes.
So, there was one polar bear whose travel was tracked for swimming and then walking immediately afterwards. How long did this polar bear swim?
Oh, it's always more than I think.
So they swim 6 miles an hour. So
that's actually pretty quick for a big old bear.
They're very buoyant.
I guess so. Yeah.
They have 4-inch thick fat around their body most of the time.
Oh my god. How long did it? Like how many miles it swam?
Not miles.
How
time
long?
duration.
I'm just 28 hours.
9 days.
What? How?
And then and then climbing out of the water. How far did it walk?
Oh my god. 8 days?
1,000 miles. It swam for 9 days and then climbed out of the water and walked over 1,000 miles.
So pursuit predation is like their big thing.
Not pursuit predation. They do a lot of hiding because they're white. They blend in real good, so they can smell a seal a mile away or 3 feet deep in the snow. So
crazy.
So if there's a lot of breathing holes around, they can tell from the seal's breath which hole they're at.
Oh, God.
And then they just hide out at that hole and ambush attack.
God, that is scary.
That is scary.
Thinking that you get away from a polar bear and then 9 days later, it just shows up.
There are cases of where polar bears have killed people, but in general, they don't occupy the same space as people, which is why they don't seem afraid of humans, because they have very little interaction with them.
I mean, it probably looks at us like a snack.
No, they're just more curious about what we're doing. Because we generate garbage and food waste, so they can smell that, and they come looking for it.
Yeah. Huh. Polar bears are fun.
Polar bears are
terrifying,
fun.
though. Very scary.
You may not own one.
No, I wouldn't want to.
Just leave it where it is.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to.
Just leave it alone.
I wouldn't want to own a polar bear. They'd eat too much.
They do eat a lot.
They'd eat all my pizza.
Well, they can eat enough in 4 months to just blob for 8 months.
Goals.
Right? Thank you for joining us today on Stuff Lab. Hope you like polar bears, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye.